Hey guys, Tim Wilson UK here and welcome back to the Golf Club. It's Sunday morning, it's bank holiday weekend, and I received a message last night from somebody that subscribes to me on my YouTube channel and somebody that follows a lot of the golf club videos that I do. And he mentioned to me that he had been creating a course a little while ago, and last night he dropped me a message to say that that course was finished. And as you can see on the screen, we have this course called Nobility Bay Resort, and it's done by a gentleman called Jeremy Propst. I think that's how you pronounce your surname. So if it is incorrect, please do correct me in the comments. Um, so Jeremy contacted me and said, you know, I always say when anybody's watching any of my videos on YouTube, if you do create something and you'd like me to give it a run through and see what it's like and give you some feedback, I'm quite happy to do that. And I thought, what better way to do it than to actually create a video for everybody to see and then for Jeremy to take some feedback from me. I hope in some cases, if it isn't exactly what I like, that some of the feedback may not be what he likes, but it's going to be honest feedback no matter what. And you guys know from my real course reviews, I do tend to give really honest feedback on any course that I play. So you can see that it's only 9 holes, and Jeremy actually wrote in his comments when he said that he posted the course that I made it on console, so it could only get 9 holes to publish with all the rock art that I did. So I'm interested to see what that is. But as you can see from the screen, it is only 9 holes, so it shouldn't be too long a video. And let's jump straight in. None of my friends would have played this, so this is going to be a single round that I'm going to be playing on this course. Single round, not a single round, a round on my own. So let's have a quick look at this. So we start off with a, what do we got here? A par 4, 472. Nice bunker layout over here. Let's zoom out and have a look at this. I would imagine this is the ground that he's got for the rest of the course. Where is the rest of the course? What? Ah, it goes along the coast. So there's another one there. There's a hole in the distance there. Ah, there's a load over there. Can't really see too much at the minute. But I would imagine he's going to be creating some kind of a coastal course. But it looks pretty good to start with. I like this. I like the fact that it goes along the coast. Let's get the round underway. I like the look of it so far. Looks like some time and effort's been put into this, which is always good, always a plus for me. It's not a real course. So this has come out of Jeremy's imagination. And I would say to anybody that watches any of my YouTube videos, if you guys are creators and you're building things in the golf club, obviously we've got the new golf club coming up, but if you guys want to chuck me some courses for me to play, then let me know what they are in the comments and I'll certainly give them a whirl. One thing I'm not overly keen on, Jeremy, is this kind of thing, because you wouldn't see that on a real green, on a real golf course, is these massive big mounds. So not entirely sure what that is. This is fine over here, all of this kind of stuff. Then maybe not so much that one at the back there. But yeah, this is all good down here. Nice big green. But yeah, not so keen on that big bump that you've got in the middle of the green there. But let's jump straight onto this green. I like this course. It's got a little bit of Pebble Beach about it. Being a coastal course, you can hear the sea. I quite like that. Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't get that on a golf course, that massive big mound in the middle of the green. So maybe that's something that needs to be slightly flattened out if you're going to be publishing all 18, or whether you're going to be making, this is just the first iteration of this course. Alright, so we're going to pick up a par on the first hole. Yeah, so first hole, like it, like the layout of it, just that little bit on the green, not overly keen on. Okay. Par 3 next, 175 yards. Oh, this is nice. I like the look of this. Let's zoom out and have a look. Yeah, across the water all the way. I like these big rocks that you've got in the sea here. Okay, this is going to be a really tough green to try and hold. Good thing the pin's set back a little bit. You've got this sort of capture area. This might be a bit steep again. Let's see if we can spin this round. That's okay. It's not too bad. Not too bad at all. Alright, so we got 171, 168 with a slight wind behind. Let's take some off of this. Is it going to stop? Should do. Yeah, nice. I think with a massive left to right wind on that hole, you would be in all sorts of trouble. The good thing is that you can see there the pin sits right in the middle of the green on a nice flat surface. So yeah, that's a good hole. That's a really good hole. Like that one. Alright, what do we got here? This is a par 5, 490 yards. So not long, but you can see that it has its own set of issues there. The one thing you might want to fix a little bit is this sort of these rocky outcrops. You can see, I know from creating myself, that this has occurred from raising and lowering the landscape in like quite regular formats like circles, and that's where that's come from. If you have a look at it from above, you can see that that's where that's come from. It doesn't look too bad, but that's just my opinion on that. I like these bunker complexes that you've got here. That's a nice little bit of fairway there, like that. Let's move down. This is a par 5, and we've got a little inlet down here. So this is that might be a little bit too unrealistic. That bit there on the right hand side of the fairway, it sort of falls off quite dramatically. That may be a little unrealistic. I like this bit here. Once again, you really need to close off with some rough around the edge of this water here, because that just looks like the fairway goes straight into the water, which it would never do. And a nice big green, and there looks like there's some nice slopes on this green. So this one, this hole's pretty cool. Got some shrubs and whatnot. I like the way you've done the shrubs at the back here, because we've got sort of an irregular pattern here. Not so much. Let's spin that round. You can see they're all exactly the same, and that just looks a little unrealistic. I'm being overly critical because he asked me to, but that just looks a little unrealistic. Look at that rock formation he's got going on over there. That's pretty good. Okay, let's get this hole going. The question is, can we reach that second bit of fairway? Let's have a look. I think with the wind behind we can. I think if we didn't have the wind behind we wouldn't be able to. Let's see if we can. Need to make sure I get 100% there. Also, I'm not sure if this is Jeremy's first attempt at course creation. If it is really good for a first attempt. I know my first one was really bad in early access. So if this is his first attempt, then it's really well done. Okay, that came off a little left. I'm hoping it's going to straighten up with the wind. Looks okay. It's not a massive distance, this, for a par 5. It's sub 500 yards, which means that in this case, this is for eagle, so it might be a little bit easy. That was a little too easy for eagle. With the wind against, it might be a bit harder, but that may be a bit too easy, that hole. Okay, what have we got here? So we have a good view now of this. Is that tree in that rock? Let's have a look. That tree is inside the rock. Alright, so that's a bit strange. Let's go down, have a look at this. This is a nice looking hole. What have we got here? Alright, so we got some walls here. That's done really nicely. Let's move down. Fairways and bunkers all look really, really good. Really nicely finished off over here. I like this bit down the bottom here. That's pretty good, guarding the green. Again, I'm going to be really overcritical here. There are too many steep lines on here. If we have a look at this, look at that. Look how steep that is. That would never be on a real golf course. It is just too steep. Uh, Flatten out a little bit. I'm not saying just take it out completely. Just flatten it out a bit and it'd be absolutely perfect. So just slopes on the greens at the minute. That's all I've got consistently throughout every hole. I suppose it all depends on what you're trying to achieve when you're building a course. Are you trying to make it your own creation but feel like a real golf course, or are you trying to make it, a complete type fantasy type course? But that kind of slope is just not realistic at all. But it all depends on what you're looking to achieve. Let's see if we can stick this next to the flag. That might move off to the right a little bit. No, didn't move much at all. It's going nice and straight. Should be right at the flag. Little short, probably took a little too much off of it, put too much loft on it. Alright, so we're 4 under through 4. I parred first and then I've scored on the subsequent 3 holes. And we move on to another par 5. 545, that's a little better on the distance. Let's have a look at this. Doing really nicely with the plants. I like the plants and what he's done with the plants. We've got cart path in there, I think. But yeah, really nice this bit down here. Was it a cart path I saw? No, it wasn't. Whoops, I'm stuck in the bushes now. Let's do that again. Let's zoom out. So this is another par 5. Big bunkers down the left hand side again. See, that's nicely finished off that fairway there. That's pretty cool. Alright. Nice bridge. I'm getting this all wrong. Let's zoom out again. Yeah, this is nice. This is nice. Means that we're playing from... This is going to make this a really, I would imagine, quite a tough hole to hit into. But let's see when we get up there. Because we've got the wind against as well. So let's have a look. Having had a look at this from an aerial view, I'm excited to play this hole, which is always good. That's my... when I look at it from above and I look at where the water and the bunkers and all of those kind of things are placed, that's what makes me excited to play a golf hole. You see, this is going to be really tough to reach into. Now, if the wind was behind, we would have no bother at all, but the wind is into my face. So what I'm going to have to do here, because there's nowhere else to go, which is probably a little unrealistic for a real course. See, I'm going to have to take a pitching wedge. Wow. I'm going to have to take a lob wedge. And just get this down the fairway a bit. Another 90, 95 yards. Should stop fairly quickly. Yeah. So that's another 100 yards, and that makes this shot manageable now. As I said, if you did... Got a weird slope again here. Really too steep. Too steep. Yeah, really, really tough hole, this one. See if we can get it nice and close for 3. I would imagine that's going to come up a bit short. It is. Going to leave me a tough birdie putt. Rolled on a little bit. It's okay. We're going to pick up the par. That's more like a proper par 5. And that's all wind dependent, that hole. That second shot into the green is completely wind dependent. And now we have the complete opposite. We've got a 515 yard par 4. So we've got a nice, let's have a look at this. Yeah, that's a nice rocky outcrop there. That's pretty cool. Like the way that's been done. Really nice bunker complex. You want to try and avoid being too uniform with your tree and your bush placement. It just looks a little bit false. But yeah, really like this one here. Again, with your bushes around the side of the green, it's just a little bit fake. And again, the hills and hollows on the green. It's nice and flat right near the flag, but there's just a lot. There's just too much movement on the green, just too much. And the greens are always really, really big, I've noticed. Is there any particular reason why you've made them all so big? You can actually have a challenging hole by just changing the shape and the size of the green. You know, coming in from an angle where you're coming into a kidney-shaped green at 90 degrees to the green can make it just as tough as having all of these hollows on it. So we've got 233 yards still to the flag on a par 4. 230. I'm going to drop this down. Don't think the wind's going to make that much of a difference. And this is a tough hole just on the basis of the distance. See, that hit the bank there and just didn't carry up. And now that will probably roll all the way down into one of those hollows and leave me with an absolutely ridiculous putt now. See, that's 1 foot up. I like the rock placement. I can see what you mean about the rocks. They're pretty cool. Right, this could go anywhere, so in these cases I just normally hit it dead straight. I probably haven't hit that hard enough. No. And that's a drop shot. So that was my mistake coming into the green. It's a tough hole because it's a par 4 and it's over 500 yards, which always makes it difficult. It means that you're going to be taking a very long iron or a hybrid into the green, which is always going to be difficult to try and get the ball close. Alright, so we've got a short par 3 here, just on bang on 150 yards. Got a really steep run off here. Doesn't need to be that steep. It will run off the green anyway, whether it's that steep or not. So maybe flatten this out a little bit. I like the shape you've got here, but just flatten this out a little bit. Just raise this bit up over here and that'll flatten that out. The rest of it's really nice. Really, really nice. Got the water in there again. This is what I mean, the screen's not too big. Probably make it a little bit narrower, put the pin closer to the front of the green. That'll make these short ones a little more tricky. Let's jump straight into this hole. Should be okay, it's going to be about 8 feet, 10 feet. Not a lot of slope around the hole, which is good. I think I've underhit that. No, not quite. That's okay. In for a birdie. That made up for the bogey on the last hole. We've got 2 more holes to play. Let's have a look at this one from above. 344 yards. So we've gone from the par 4 that was 515 yards 2 holes ago to a short par 4 here now. Not reachable in one, which is pretty cool because that means that you really have to choose your irons really selectively. Let's see how much of this you could take on though. That's the difference. Yeah, you have to be really careful here not to run out of fairway. So this is a really well put together par 4. I like this hole. Let's have a look at the green, because that's where most of my sort of bugbears have come in so far. Let's just drop this down again and move forward. We've got massive slopes on here. No, it's not too bad. Got a false front on here, maybe a little steep there. They may be a little steep. I mean, occasionally you want to have some red on your greens on the slopes, but every single green on the course here has some really serious red slopes on them, and you want to try and rein that in a little bit. That would be my only recommendation. So I'm going to take a 5 wood here. I don't think we're going to run out with a 5 wood, and I think we're going to have a short hop into the green, maybe just over 100 yards. 138 yards. 141, so I'm going to club up. I want to try and get this near the flag because I don't want to be anywhere near those slopes. That'll be good, and that should stop fairly smartish. Greens are really nice. I like these medium greens. It does reward people for getting nice and close to the hole. It means that you're not running stupidly away from the hole when you get close. And we finish off with a short par 5. Let's have a look at this from above. I like this bit here. This is really nice. What you might want to just have a play around with is that it seems like we have no light rough. It goes straight into heavy rough. Now I know you'd never probably land the ball. It depends on where you're going to be playing on your tee shot. Let's have a quick look at the driver. Yeah, so you have to land here. So it would be good to have some light rough here. Let's drop this down again just so I can show you guys what I mean. Is that this goes, see, this goes straight into heavy rough. There's no light rough there. There's no, there's no saving grace there. If you end up in that, you're in trouble. You would always have 2 cuts. You'd always have the fairway, some light rough, and then go into the heavy rough. Again, here, no light rough. Pop some light rough in there. Alright, like the bunkers again, they're pretty cool. Like this tree out here and the little sort of mini lighthouse. I like this on the green. I like this because a lot of golf courses have this kind of thing where people can actually get married. So I like that little feature there. What have we got over there? Golf club sign. Bushes are too uniform around the green again. I will give you an overall verdict at the end because there are some common themes that are going through the entire course creation. But let's get this hole played and then we can wrap things up at the end. Got a 3 iron here. I think that's probably about the most I can take. Want to get this about 200 yards down the fairway. There we go. And I don't think I'm going to be reaching this into... I could do. I could do. I've got the wind behind as well. Which means that this is probably going to run out. Unless it's uphill. Wow, that stopped quite quickly. Is it going to come back though? That's rolled all the way around. It depends on whether it's going to catch another slope now. Right, that's all from the left. 49 feet. Okay, that's pretty good from there. That means I should pick up the birdie. There we go, 6 under par. 3 9 holes. 31. That's not bad. Let's have a look globally, see who's played this. Jason Bean scored 7 under, so there or thereabouts. Okay, my overall verdict. I'm going to give this a 7.5 out of 10 because I think that there are so many good things on this course. I think for a user created, imagined course and not based off a real course, there are elements of it that are really nice. I like the shape of the fairways, I like the length of the fairways, I like the bunker placement. Um, I like the overall layout of the course. I do love coastal courses. The things that tend to go through the middle with regards to things that could be changed and I think that should be changed, you need to add some light rough onto the fairways. That's the first one. The second bit I would say is you need to flatten the greens out a little bit. Um, Try not to be so uniform with your placement of trees and bushes. It just looks a little unreal. And just try and manicure things a little bit better. So where you have a green that goes, a fairway that goes all the way up to water, or a green that goes all the way up to water, don't let it just drop off. Then finish off the fairway, put some rough in before it actually hits the water, because that's how it would be on a real golf course. But 7.5 out of 10. If Jeremy, if that is your first attempt, very well done, my friend. I think with a few little tweaks here and there, that could definitely be an 8.5, possibly even a 9 course. And get the other 9 holes done, because I think that this could be a great 18-hole course, and I think a lot of people would enjoy playing it. But if anybody wants to try these 9 holes out and you're watching these videos, I know people out there do like to watch these videos, check out this course. It is well worth, if you've got 15-20 minutes just to, you know, crack round a 9-hole course, then give this one a go. It is thoroughly enjoyable. I hope you enjoyed this, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you did, remember to hit that like rating. Leave some comments in the box below. As Jeremy did, you know, he told me he was building a course. If anybody else out there has built a course that they would like me to play and give you some feedback, feel free to do so. And if you would like to subscribe to the channel, the subscription button should be in the bottom right hand corner. But until next time, guys, take care. See you soon. Bye bye now.